I said a few moments ago that the number of jobless claims now was more than the entire population of Texas. Let's actually head to the Lone Star State right now, because starting tomorrow, businesses like restaurants, retail stores, museums, all of them will be allowed to reopen with new restrictions in place. Garrett Haake, Texas native himself, he's on the ground at a local cafe in Dallas, Texas. And Garrett, what are you hearing from business owners there about how they're preparing to reopen, how they're going to navigate this new world with these new restrictions in place?
Craig, business owners have had to be very creative in trying to get their doors open or keep their doors open, and there's no better example than that than Oddfellows. This is normally an indoor restaurant that pivoted in the last few weeks to become an outdoor grocery store. They were selling their produce, their wines, the normal things they would serve inside the restaurant. They've been selling outside as a grocery store and selling to go. Now, starting tomorrow, they're going to open up their counter service here, which has been entirely to go, and they're going to seat people again in their outdoor patio. Every other one of these tables will be occupied. The rest will be kept empty. They're trying to highlight social distancing even by putting marks on the ground here. You can see every 6 feet or so, just space for people to wait in line as they're coming in to order. All the menus will be single use, or actually they'll just be posted on the wall here. Condiments will be single use. People have to throw away their own trash. Their tables will be cleaned off. They're trying to get creative. And part of that is they want to bring their employees back to work. I spoke to the owner of this establishment a little while ago, who explained some of the thinking here of opening, even at a limited capacity starting tomorrow. Take a listen.
The idea that we can bring them back with the PPP and put some dollars in their hand is something that we were happy to be able to do. Now our challenge is just to make sure we do it as safely as possible.
So, Craig, safety is one concern. Another concern that I'm hearing a lot from business owners in Texas is childcare, for folks who are trying to bring their wait staff back, their front of house staff back, just making sure that kids who cannot be at school, who's going to take care of the kids of the workers who are now coming back. It is going to be a staggered start, I think, tomorrow. A lot of business owners are saying they want to wait at least a couple days to see how this works. But I do think the other unanswered question, and we'll know it this time tomorrow, is what's the demand like? Do people feel comfortable coming out and eating if they can come at least and sit on a patio and have some distance? We're going to see in real time tomorrow what that looks like here in Texas.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.